Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Shut Up and Cook with Chef John. Before we get started, I want to give a special thanks to Martinez Music Mafia for supporting Shut Up and Cook with Chef John on their Happy and a Half show. So you can check them out on Facebook at Martinez Music Mafia. Now, are you ready for today's show? I am. I know everybody else is. Today we're going to have shepherd pie, my rendition of it. So, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so let's get started. I've peeled and cut some potatoes ahead of time. We're going to add them to some cold water because you want them to cook evenly. So you want to always add your potatoes to cold water. So we're going to add them to your pot without making a mess. And we're going to put them on the stove. We are going to turn this on medium-high. We're going to cover it. And I've used the russet potatoes. Depending on what kind of potatoes you're going to use, you can use gold. It's going to fluctuate how long it's going to take. This may take 20 minutes, but I'm going to show you how to check them in a little bit, okay? So with that being said, let's start on our vegetables. Okay, we are ready to start prepping some vegetables. I'm gonna start out with some mushrooms. Get these cut up real quick. Now this recipe I'm doing, I remember from maybe I was 6, no older than 7. I'll never forget it. It was the first time I actually liked vegetables at 6 or 7 years old. The story goes, over my great Uncle Pete's house and his wife Maria on my dad's side. And that side of the family, the tradition was fishing, adobo, and gambling. So I remember on one of the fishing trips we went back to Uncle Pete's house, and his wife Maria had made this shepherd pie. And me, being the brat that I was at 6 or 7, I'd always asked, are there any vegetables in it? And of course, my sister told me, yeah. And of course, I was whining and didn't quite throw a big fit, but a fit nonetheless. Anyway, so I got served, and I was hungry, so I ate it. And that was the first time the way she had put it together. I never tasted anything like it. So not only did I finish it, but I had seconds of it with vegetables and everything on it. So yeah, so I tried to remember that recipe as best I could at 6 or at 7 years old. And the point of it is that you can make your own rendition of this. It doesn't have to be traditional with peas or anything like that, but she'd put some different things in there. And I was just amazed by it. I never forgot it. So one of the reasons I'm doing it today, to show you can do this recipe any way you'd like. And we'll go into more of that a little bit later. I'm gonna check the potatoes right now. Bring a potato over here. And you want them soft. Right there, that's where we want them. Exactly where we want them. So we're gonna drain these potatoes, put them back in the pot, and start making the mashed potatoes next. Okay, so we are ready to whip us some potatoes. So let's whip it into shape here, huh? So I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sea salt. Not too much, but I'm not real about salt. Black pepper, about half a teaspoon. You can add white pepper if you'd like. Yeah. And then we're gonna add teaspoon of garlic, and we're gonna go 3 tablespoons of butter. This is non-salted butter, by the way, following that same rule that I have about salt and stuff like that. And we've got about a cup of milk, whole milk. Right there, save a little for the end. And I'm gonna start out with a cup of Vermont cheddar. Oh, the good stuff. This will make it beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna start blending, mixing on low. Start on low so you don't make a mess. And we're gonna mix this up. Yeah. Go one more up, get it all done. And that butter is gonna help fluff it up as well. And the milk will. And the cheese is just gonna make it, oh, just a beautiful thing. So it's gonna be a few minutes, and you want them on the firmer side. So that's why, you know, if you start out with a cup of milk, you just go a little bit at a time till everything's blended, and then you can kind of test it out. And I probably start out with more potatoes than I need. However, everyone loves potatoes, which you don't use. I can always put back in my fridge, and who knows what you can use it for, you know, many things. Tomorrow's dinner, or you can go in a soup or something, who knows. But these are looking good. Very good, as a matter of fact. There we go. Sure there's no lumps in it. And I got lucky, this is like a quiet mixer, thank God. And from here, you always want to give your potatoes a taste. So we'll give it a taste. Perfect. Garlic is not overpowering. You can taste that Vermont. You can taste the salt, just right, pepper, and the garlic. But I want just a little bit of more Vermont cheese in there. It's gonna be making a nice texture. And that being said, this is about whipped. So now we're ready to start sauteing our beef and our vegetables. So, as always, we're gonna start a little bit of olive oil for the beef, a little bit for the veggies. Okay, now I do start off with the leanest ground beef I can, and in this case, this is about 90% lean. Okay, they have leaner, and the reason why I start off with a leaner beef is that that way you can add other things to it. It's kind of a trade-off. And in this case, in this recipe, I'm using lean beef, but I'm gonna add some peppered bacon to it. So you see the trade-off we got there? Pretty nice. So we're gonna saute these up. We're gonna saute our vegetables. Let's see, some onions, peppers, onions and mushrooms. Have that on, that's on. There you go. Garlic. There. And some carrots. And then I have some green beans here, but we're gonna wait to add those so those get all sauteed up. Okay, we are browned up. We are ready to add some seasoning, like pepper. A couple of turns of pepper there. Little bit of sea salt. The sea salt I'm using is the bigger rock, so you want to be careful not to add too much of that. And to the beef, we're going to add a little bit, actually, teaspoon of tomato paste. And to the vegetables, I have some about a tablespoon of thyme and a tablespoon of rosemary. Put in there. Saute that up. And when it comes to the beef, if you get a lean beef, you may not need to drain it because it's lean. And a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of the fat from the beef is okay, but we don't want a whole lot there, so we don't get sick. So now we can add our vegetables to the beef. go, looking good. We can actually add some green beans here. Oh, this is gonna be good. And my favorite, the bacon. And now, I have here some leftover brown sauce, the Espanol sauce. And if you don't have this, you can use, regular gravy, whatever have you. But I would add some red wine to this. But the brown sauce has red wine, if you remember that episode. And plus, Mike's wife, Luann, drank all my red wine, so I'm gonna use the brown sauce. So, there you go. Okay, that's looking good. We're gonna turn this off and probably add the rest of the brown sauce. We're gonna coat it real good. It's gonna give it a real nice flavor. Get rid of that. And a couple twists and turns. Get this all mixed in. And then we'll be ready to add to our baking dish. Add our potatoes and bake this off and have some lunch or dinner. So here we go. And like I said, I probably made more than enough, but that's all right. Trust me, it'll get eaten. And this is gonna be great. You can see how the color is coming together there. Yeah. Because you don't want it too loose, but you want it coated, because once it's in the oven, it's gonna bake the rest of the way also, and more of the moisture from the mushrooms and the vegetables are gonna be baked in to the beef. So there you go. We are ready to put this in a baking dish. Okay, we didn't get far. My producer has informed me that I forgot to add Worcestershire. So don't forget the Worcestershire. I'm going to put about a good tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce in here. So I had to come back and tell you before I finished. So now we are ready to plate. Here we go. Okay, we are ready. We are going to coat the bottom of our baking dish with a little non-stick, always. And then we are going to put in our beef mixture. Now before you do this, always taste it. Make sure it's enough salt for you. Because you only start off with a little bit. You don't want to over salt it. So before you do this, give it a taste. In this case, it is beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna spread it around there. Nice. Oh, this is gonna be so good. And like I said, a little extra. I'm sure what I don't use in this pan, it will get eaten. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You just hand that pan right off to me.
I'm sure it will. In this case, I think we're gonna be good. All right. So, make sure it's about even. That's looking good. There you go. All right. And a couple of those. Make sure it's nice and set. Okay, now we're gonna add our potatoes. The nice potatoes here. Oh, baby. So.
Yeah, you can hand those off to me too.
Yeah, I'm sure these will get eaten too. And so we'll just spread it around here. Maybe some more. That's why it's always better to have more than enough. Like I say, it will get eaten. So, and like I said, this is a recipe that I kind of remember from a long time ago. But you can even make stuff like a barbecue shepherd pie or cottage pie. Some people call it cottage pie because shepherd's pie is usually made with mutton. So in this case, we're using beef. But yeah, you can use anything you want in it. Just let your imagination go wild. There's no wrong way to do it. It's just a matter of preference. So that being said, oh yeah. Now I'm gonna try something I've never done before. But for you, I'm gonna try it. I'm not too much of a decorator. Just a little more here. But I'm gonna try a little piping here. And we'll give it a few on the sides just to make it look interesting. Look at that, almost looks like a birthday cake. There. Look at that. And then we'll do a little paprika. Paprika there on it. And we're gonna put it in the oven at 400 for about, it does look like birthday cake. Look at that. We're gonna put it in the oven at 400 for about 15-20 minutes or until it gets brown where you want it. Okay, so in the oven we go. Excuse me. Okay, so I've taken it out of the oven. It's been about 20 minutes, nice and brown. I set it to let it cool for about 10 minutes. So now we are ready to cut into this baby. So, here we go. Take the chance of burning this. Oh, yeah. Here we go. And I'm gonna do a piece right in the middle here. I'm glad I let it set because it gives a chance for the potatoes to kind of set and do its thing. And yeah, let's see, a good piece right about here. And get it out. The first piece is always always, I wouldn't say difficult, but the challenge is to get it out. Oh baby, here we go. Very nice, very nice. There's some meat in there, that's okay. And we're gonna garnish this with a little bit of parsley. Around there, very good. And now, we are ready to try this. Oh yeah. And here we go. Another one. Almost too good to share. But Mike, we can share it with you if you'd like. You want to try it?
Yeah,
Come on
let's try
down.
it out. I can't wait.
Well, that is good.
That looks delicious.
That is good. How everything just came together with the brown sauce and
Oh yeah. I mean, and that just looks great.
the
you know?
bacon.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
dude.
That white cheddar really helps out, balance out those potatoes too. One of my favorites. A little hot still, but good.
No.
It's delicious.
Wow. That is really, really good.
I like it.
That's very delicious. The and dude, I love how it came out of the oven. It's nice and like browned and everything. It looks great. Got a little bit of the gravy kind of bubbling up or whatever. It's just like,
yeah.
oh, come and eat me.
Yeah.
You know, just delicious though. So cool, man. Well, thanks. I'll see you later.
Oh,
So,
well, okay.
yeah.
Well, happy birthday to you. Great. Okay, so that's the end of our show. And reminding you, if you'd like to give a donation, there's going to be, oh, well, there it is right there. That's what you donate to. Help keep the show going. And as always, have fun, keep cooking. Do it over.